Well, I just planted the single seed tomato yesterday, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to set it up to finish it. And then I'll show you the other little plants I planted. It's not a big deal, but it'll be a quick update, let's say. All right. Well, all right. Now, I just planted this little plant yesterday. This here is the single seed tomato. So I've got him planted. Now I've pulled the straw back. And I just put about a gallon of the rabbit manure around him. Now, it rained a lot yesterday, but this way, as it rains, there will be a little more and a little more that'll drift down into the soil. So, all right, let me show you what else I got, and then we'll let you go. Well, all right. Now, right down this row is all the tomatoes, and there's 7. Okay. This one's the only one that looks just a little bit funny right now. I might put a little extra around her. There, and that's another one. Okay, that's all of them. One of those in that line, I forgot. One of those in that line is a pepper. It looks so much like, in fact, it's the one that looks a little sad. They look so much like the potato leaf tomato that is different. Okay, there's another little pepper. And then we start getting into the little marigolds. And I've got these little marigolds all down around the end of the bed, all down the length of the bed, and across the other end. Because right in there is a squash. And this is a row of squash all the way down. And there's 7 of them, 8 of them. 6 of them, excuse me. I can't count today. I'm going by memory, and that's not my best strength. I've got 2 kinds. I've got a buttercup. Now that's a vining winter squash. And I've got a white patty pan squash. So I planted all this stuff, went out yesterday afternoon. I got just a break in the rain. It rained all day yesterday. And then along here, and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see them, but along here, these are all little squash plants, okay? But we got, like I say, normally I wait until the 1st of May. But this year, the 1st of May, and just for the heck of it, there's my rhubarbs. You know, they're coming along okay, but they're not making very much stems. I'm not sure. I'm not a great rhubarbist yet, you know. I can see over in the end of the rhubarb bed. Now, this is going to be an ongoing work this summer, but I can see, I want to say right here, I can't see it very well, but there is a little bitty asparagus popping up. So I've seen just a couple of those pop up in here. Not very much. I'm getting disappointed with that stuff. This is, my regular asparagus hasn't come up. Now that's one thing with the mulch gardening you have to understand when you're doing this, is that keeps the ground cooler. So your stuff will stay a lot longer. It'll come up later, let's say. Well, okay, that's just a quick look at how I set up a tomato plant, okay? by putting the rabbit manure right around where the plant is. Of course, they'll root out their stems right into that. And I noticed yesterday when I planted everything out, all those plants were pretty, they were starting to develop little hairline roots around their stems. They'd been out here in the moisture enough, that they, in the humidity, that they were starting to do that already. So they'll root right into that, and every time it rains, that stuff is going to go down into the soil. You know, the nutrients off of it will go down into the soil. And, you know, anytime you scoop that rabbit manure up, you know, there's some of it that just basically gets crumbled, and it's just, you know, fine dust. So that's easy stuff. That goes away quick. Well, all right. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry mine is not as big, you know, my single seed tomato. I always get jealous watching the Texas guys. I always get jealous because the Texas guys, they're way ahead of us in January when we still have snow on the ground and it's cold and it's hateful, and we got another month of it after that left. And they're out there starting to plant their gardens. You know, they're putting out their cabbages and kale and stuff like that and onions. And you know, it just, I hate it. And when like now, we just now are putting little tomato plants this big, you know, out in the garden. And Scott's got the things huge, you know, because they've been out in the air, they've been out and they've had the right temperatures to make them really shoot up, you know. So I always get jealous of the Texas gardeners, but you know, I don't take it too far. I don't take it too far because, you know, in the middle of summer it gets hot here. We get in the 90s quite often, but you can still handle it, you know. If you got a little shade, you know, or if you got, it's not horrible. So all right, that's what I do. I'm working on my rabbit building. I'm going to do, hopefully that'll be the next thing. Hopefully that's the next video I put out, is the update on the bunnies. So all right, we want you all to have a quality day.